Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to the Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget series in which I'm giving you 30 videos to help you eat well without spending a ton of money, all leading up to my upcoming ebook. In this video, I'm going to share my personal experience and how this might help you with dealing with your family who is neither vegan nor concerned about organic, healthy foods. So, as I mentioned in the last couple of videos, I am in Massachusetts. I'm in my parents' kitchen right now. A quick background for you. When I went vegetarian 11 years ago, my parents actually opened their eyes a lot to that way of life, and they stopped eating most animal products except for fish or seafood and for dairy. And over the years, they've really cut back, especially on their dairy consumption. For whatever reason, they're really holding on to that seafood. Whenever I come home, I try to get to the market as soon as possible. Now, they live about an hour outside of Boston, so they're really kind of in a remote area relatively. I grew up in a very, very small town. So a lot of people think, well, I can't find food anywhere, but trust me, there are so many stores around here. We've got a Wegmans that's about 30 minutes away. For any of you on the East Coast of the US or the Northeast Coast, Wegmans is awesome. It is like a huge store, kind of like Target meets Whole Foods. Their natural food selection is amazing, and they have a ton of organic foods. It's one of my favorite places to go out here. Then they have a Whole Foods that's about the same distance as the Wegmans, about 30 minutes away. They have an incredible natural market, one of my favorite natural markets in the whole country that I've been to. That's about 20 or 25 minutes away. Then they've got Trader Joe's about 15 minutes away, and they go there all the time. And a bunch of the just chain markets around here actually have an organic section, gluten-free section, and lots of vegan options. So I have so many different places to go, and when I come home, I actually go to each of them. I try at least. I don't have a car here, so I'm kind of dependent on when they're going out or when they'll let me borrow the car. But the cool thing is they go to Trader Joe's a couple times a week. So I can always go to Trader Joe's with them. So I went to Wegmans the other day and got this huge container of organic grapes. This was $6, which seemed expensive, but this is lasting me days and days. They're so filling and satisfying. And then I have some things that either my parents bought or that I left over from last time that are still here. So my sister just picked up some organic orange juice. They had some organic cereal here. I had something that I sent to my dad, this really good dressing, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. Some organic quinoa from Trader Joe's, and some organic tahini, which is here from my last trip. This lasts such a long time. This actually maybe not so much. How long has this been in there? This actually expired last year. I'm glad I figured that out because this probably isn't good. Although, I will say, this has a sell-by date on it. I'll have to double check how long tahini can last, because the sell-by date doesn't always mean it's the date that it goes bad. But good to know, that's how long this has been in there. I've got some food staples here, and I can make a variety of meals. Obviously, these two, the cereal and the orange juice, are great for breakfast. The grapes are great for snacks. And the quinoa goes really well with this dressing. This is a sample I got, but this just has kale, carrots, vinegar, garlic, lemon juice, salt, some spices in it. So you can make this yourself really easily. And I put this on some rice. I put this on some brown rice pasta that I bought. And this would also be great with quinoa. So I've been eating really basic since I got here. When I went to Wegmans, I also got some organic brown rice pasta, and that lasted me like 2.5 meals. And I just added in that dressing, and I added a few odds and ends that were around the house. That was great. And then I used the dressing again for some rice that my dad had made. But here's the thing I realized is I really have to accept the fact that my parents eat differently than I do. It's definitely been really frustrating to be around them and see them eating non-organic produce, especially stuff that's off the dirty dozen list. Like my dad was eating potatoes, conventional potatoes the other day, and I was like, oh, why? Why can't you buy organic potatoes? And various like lettuces and things like that, and it's frustrating. And I guess I've just learned to let them be. I mean, this is how they eat when I'm not here. So that's probably how they're gonna eat when I am here. They're not trying to impress me, unfortunately. But I found that in addition to being really accepting of them, it's also helped when I go out and load the kitchen up with really great foods because they will eat them. So I find that if I just do the shopping and if I'm kind of in charge of prepping the meals, I get to enjoy these delicious organic vegan meals along with them. And just have to accept that after I leave, they're probably gonna go back to their old ways. I will say, on the other hand, that I do rub off on them in small ways. Every once in a while will see things creeping into the kitchen that weren't there the last time I visited. I think my parents are also a great reflection of that we still have a long way to go. For vegans and for people really passionate about being vegan, it seems like we have endless options. But one thing my parents have really opened my eyes to is accessibility. And they were actually part of the inspiration for me writing this ebook, because it seems like my dad is always concerned about the cost of things. When he goes to Trader Joe's and he sees conventional versus organic, and one is more expensive than the other, he's always gonna go for the less expensive item. To him, organic is just not important. The big lessons here are doing your best to introduce your family members and even your friends to the foods that you love that are healthier, and subtly, kindly, compassionately explaining the benefits of these foods and why you eat them, but also learning a lot from them and kind of taking a step back and say, all right, well, I can't force my views on them. They're not necessarily going to change just because I want them to change. What can I learn from them? And how can I apply that to other people who do want to change? So I might not be able to change my parents, but I might be able to help other people who really want to change, who are really looking for it. And I don't think that this book and as a result this video series would have come about if it weren't for these endless conversations with my parents about the costs of organic foods. So there's always something to learn from them, and I've learned a lot about just letting go. And to me, it brings so much joy when I do the shopping and they eat the food and we all eat together and they say, wow, this is great. That is one of the best things I can ask for. Even if it's a rare thing, I can be grateful for that. So that was a little bit about my personal story. I would love to hear yours now. What has your experience been with your family? Is your family resistant to your lifestyle? Are they curious? Are they fully on board for that? Do you think that they're gonna change if they're one way or another? And how do you deal with the fact that they might not change? I'd love to hear from that in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do right here so you can see all of these videos as part of the series. And speaking of which, if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of these videos, be sure to sign up for the mailing list specifically for this series. The link is right down below in the YouTube description field, and when you sign up, you'll get an email every single day reminding you to check out the video. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to read your comments. And speaking of which, I would love to hear from you on social media, because I'm not the only one who reads it. Everyone else on social media who's part of the Eco Vegan Gal community is paying attention. So you're helping so many people, and they can help you too. All right, in the meantime, between this video and the next one, you can check out ecovegangal.com for more information about healthy, happy living, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Ebook. Today's video is all about how to eat healthy, organic, vegan food on a budget when you're at events.